Today we're going to talk a little bit about the Second Amendment. We're going to read the Second Amendment from law.cornell.edu, and it states the Second Amendment has most recently been interpreted to grant the right of gun ownership to individuals for purpose that includes self-defense. At first, it is thought to apply only to the federal government, but though the mechanism of the 14th Amendment, it has been applied to the states as well. The amendment gives the American people the right to own and bear arms. Now, there's been a hot topic going on for months through the election on gun control this and gun control that. And we see in many places where gun control has taken place, and we wind up having more problems because who is really going to be following the law if we're not allowed to bear arms or our own firearms? Who's going to tell the criminals that it's time for them to get rid of theirs? The Second Amendment, there's a quote on AmericanRevival.org from James Madison that says, "Americans have the right and advantage of being armed, unlike citizens of other countries whose governments are afraid to trust the people with arms." Now, we know in history, when we look up from the time that Hitler took power, one of the first things that he did was to strip his people of their right to own guns. If you can take away the ability of a people or a person to be able to defend themselves, then you have more power over those people to control them from that point forward. There have been many cases going through the courts for years now on the people's Second Amendment right. There's an article at thedailybeast.com written by Eric Siegel that talks a little bit about the battle between the District of Columbia versus, what is the name here? Well, it's a court case in the District of Columbia, and he's quoted as saying the judges basically held that the Second Amendment cannot tolerate any limitation on the number of firearms Americans are allowed to possess. There's a big controversy on if an American should be able to own 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, however many guns they have. And we got to understand, if we start infringing upon the rights that the Constitution gives the people, then we are really overstepping our boundary. I believe that the gun control matter and the issues that were going on are a lot that had to do in our current political atmosphere, because we know that people are afraid that the wrong people will come in and strip us of our ability to be able to protect ourselves. And it's a bad situation when the first thing people want to holler is gun control. Who is doing most of the gun violence? It is not the people that own and have their guns legally and without any question. It's the ones that we don't know where they got their gun, how they got their gun. And the Second Amendment is going to be a hot topic going forward and for the rest of this eternity as we live here on this planet, because it is a topic that everybody is going to be talking about as we get more and more violence happening in schools, in airports, and everywhere else. The Second Amendment is going to be a hot topic from now on.